Hello, everybody. Intuition here. Thank you, as always, for making time and space for us. Today, we would like to talk about sexual intimacy, sex, and the orgasm, and what is happening spiritually beneath those acts in physicality. So, the purpose of sex, beyond what you were told, the purpose of sex is procreation, connection, all of those things. The purpose of sex spiritually, energetically, is to expand your consciousness. That is the real point based off of how we understand sex and the orgasm to be. When you orgasm, you are expanding your consciousness into a new dimension, into a new place and space that you weren't able to inhabit before. And you do this because you are doing this with a partner as opposed to doing it with yourself. And that is not to say that when you masturbate, you are not able to also achieve this, but it takes a different sequence in order to attain what it is that we're talking about than if you were doing it with a partner. So when you are engaging in a sexual act with your partner, what is happening is that both of you are using your root chakra, if you want to call it that, to start gathering energy, and your sexual organs are generators. Generators in the sense that they are able to gather the energy and localize it and focus it in a certain way that enables it to get condensed, enables other energy as you continue to siphon it and draw it from your auric field into your physical body. You're able to, again, condense it in such a compacted way that it continues to expand. And because it is doing it not just within your energetics, but with your partner's energetics, what it is happening is that you are enlightening yourself. And what enlightening yourself means is literally inside you are getting lighter, enlightened. So you are literally getting lighter based off of the focus of the energy that both of you are drawing from your root chakra into that very localized specific area of your body. Now, if you and your partner are working together, which doesn't always happen usually in today's day and age of sexual encounters, but if you and your partner are working together, then both of you are drawing up that energy at the same rate and frequency that allows you both to expand at a certain level and point. And this is important because if you are not expanding together, then one of you will release that energy at a different time, and that is not going to create the desired result that we are talking about with regards to expanding your consciousness. So both of you are working together and you are able to draw up that energy at the same frame of rate and lose yourself, so to speak, in the other, because that is a very important aspect. Because when you lose yourself in the other, in the sexual act, what it is that you're doing is replacing your own needs with their needs, and they vice versa. Then you are able to know exactly when it is important to release your energy, only because you've lost yourself in their energy to know that they are ready to release as well. Because it is important that when you are both ready to release that energy at a certain point, that you release it at the same time. Because when you release that energy, what happens is, like a generator, again, that energy is released and it goes through all of your energetic systems, lightening them all up at once. And as it pushes up and out through your crown chakra, it enables a vehicle for your physical body to be light enough to move to a different level of conscious expansion with your partner. Again, can't emphasize that enough. Because you don't go as far by yourself when you are just releasing your energy on your own than you do with a partner. Just like if you are out in the woods and you are lost, your survival rate is not as good as if you have another person there with you. When you have somebody else there in the woods with you that is lost, your survival rate goes up 100%. Because you're able to go farther, you're able to do more things, you're able to have another set of eyes and another experience there to expand the understanding that you would need to be able to survive in that level of severity of being lost. So, just like in that scenario, when you both are releasing that energy together that both of you have created within your shared space, based off of your connecting and being one, what it is that happens is now both of you are combining that energy. And when you both release together, you are able to move together to that new conscious understanding, that expansion of the self that you wouldn't be able to do again if you were just doing it on your own, or if you were just releasing without your partner also releasing at that same time. So sex is very important because, again, when you practice sex in that way, you are expanding your evolution of self. There are many ways to expand in your evolution, but not many that involve such an intimate practice with another. Because if you are able to grow by yourself, that is fantastic, that is wonderful, highly recommended. But most of us grow at a quicker frame of rate when it involves the lens of another. And so when you're able to co-create a place and space based in safety, based on reciprocity, based on working together, then you are both enlightening your physical body based off of siphoning both of your energetic energy out in your auric field, moving that through you to literally go to a different place and space altogether. You are both lifting each other up in such a way that enables more of a vast, complete understanding. And so if you engage in sex in that way, then you are shattering what it is that you previously considered the norms and moving into a new status quo of understanding. So it is important to know the purpose spiritually of what it is that's going on when you have sex and why it is important. It is important to remove the taboo nature of sex and orgasm and pleasure, because when you don't normalize it in that way, then you are bringing that taboo, that shame into the bedroom with you. And if you have that lens when you are engaging in those sexual encounters, that this is dirty, that this is taboo, that this should be more discreet, then you are not able to really create a space with your partner that will allow you to both enlighten enough to move into a different conscious understanding. So it is important, again, to move through the societal shun of certain sexual practices and just being intimate with your partner. That doesn't mean that you should be having sex on the street. But again, it means simply that when you are able to remove that shame, then you are able to, again, when you do go into those acts, be able to go to a new height with your partner and share yourself in such a way with your partner that both of you are able to benefit, not just on a physical pleasure level, but on a consciousness level. So as always, just a little food for thought. We are full of gratitude for you making time and space for us, and we wish you well wherever it is that you choose to go with yourself, with your partner. And we know that wherever it is that you go, it'll be pleasurable. Well wishes.